Hi there, Johnny Friesen from Janzen-Tenk Realty out of Aylmer, Ontario, joining you in 2023. This year we're going to try to give you a lot more market updates. Things are changing. The real estate market isn't moving so quick anymore. It's actually kind of grinded to a halt due to those rising interest rates. We're going to look at some of the prices that we've seen decreasing, obviously, kind of stabilizing. We're going to show it to you on a screen as well. That'll give you a good idea of what we actually see as realtors, and then give you a forecast of what we think might be happening. So as we can see, if we look down at this this graph that shows average sale prices from our entire London St. Thomas board, we're going to see back in 2020 we were sitting around $424,000 for the average home. Then we had that steep incline where we rose to about $500,000 by the end of year 2021. Then another steep incline to right around that $600,000 for a home in 2021 mid-year. It dipped back down during summer. It usually does during summer. That's our slow time, summer, and January, February, March, which we're into January right now. As we climbed back out of that, I sold my properties here right about in the fall, knowing that this plateau was kind of leading to top of the market. I was starting to get nervous. I had experienced 2008, 2009, and that's seared into my mind. Once you experience it once, it's kind of seared in. I think a lot of investors are going to have that seared in their mind this year on account of, I know my investors that kept purchasing, they're having a hard time right now. Obviously, last year was very hard as a declining market. As we're going to see when we look back to this graph, we're going to see it climb all the way up in January, February, March to about $775,000. That was a lot of money for a home back then. A lot of those homes did not close. People were asking for discounts. I know personally people were trying to find things wrong with the property so they could get a discount on it. We actually did work with some of those people because you don't want them to walk away from that property. And right after that, a severe decline. This is when interest rates skyrocketed. The government went in, not just trying to curb home prices, but also lumber prices were up, I think, 300% at that point. They've come down now again, I think 50% since then. But, you know, that's still not to where it was before. So by increasing the interest rate, it's changed a lot of stuff in the market. Everything is slowed down. Buildings slowed down, development slowed down, investors have slowed down substantially, and then this market just declined and declined and declined. We're down now to an average price of around $600,000 again. So just about the same as 2021. We're sitting there, and as I see as a realtor working in the market, we're seeing sellers really resistant to drop prices. They'd rather take a home off the market and keep it now, understanding that the value was so high before. And we're seeing buyers basically say we want a discount on that, and they're waiting. They're waiting kind of to see if those prices will drop. Even if they're interested in a home, they seem to be sitting and waiting. Not a bad idea. If you're a buyer in this market, if I'm a buyer in this market, which I'm always a buyer in every market, I like investing as well. I like waiting, see if that thing will go down any further. They're talking about another interest hike here, I think in the end of January, unless it's come out and I'm not aware. But basically, another interest hike could bring those prices down lower. We're not seeing that right now. And I mean, if they add 0.5 to this or 0.25 to this, is it really going to make that big of a difference on an average rate of about 5.5% to 6%? I don't think so. But it could dip them down a little bit. Work shortage would be the next thing that we'd be concerned about. We have seen some of our trades and different factories in the area with a little bit of a shortage of work. But that being said, we're being stimulated constantly. The Canadian government does stimulate things, makes us smooth out versus the United States, which is very volatile up and down. And we're starting to see that kind of smooth out already. So my prediction for spring and fall, I think we're going to kind of see a flat line. Might dip down a bit more. But as of right now, I'm going to say with what I'm seeing in the market, it's going to kind of maybe dip down a hair, kind of stay there. January, February, you're going to be slow. End of February this year is probably going to be when it picks up. When we see the weather change, it literally starts the spring market, and then we're going to see what happens with that next spring market after our, what we, I guess, would call COVID years. Things changing the market drastically, which we're going to touch in another video. Have a great day and great chatting with you.